Good morning, everyone. This morning's meditation comes from the book of Acts, chapter 18. I'm going to read from verse 24. Meanwhile, a Jew named Apollos, a native of Alexandria, came to Ephesus. He was a learned person with a thorough knowledge of the scriptures. He'd been instructed in the way of the Lord, and he spoke with great fervor, and taught about Jesus accurately, although he knew only the baptism of John. He began to speak boldly in the synagogue. When Priscilla and Aquila heard him, they invited him to their home and explained to him the way of God more adequately. I love this story of the development of Apollos as a theologian. We're all theologians, whether we think about it or not. Theology is the study of God. And a lot of people do have an opinion about God, even if they don't believe in him. And so this person, Apollos, had a developing picture of who God was. And he was very passionate about God, and he spoke about God with great fervor, the Bible says here. In fact, he was even commended for having a great knowledge of the scriptures. So here we have someone who is dedicated to learning more about God. He wanted to know God deeply, and he taught about Jesus accurately, but there was a deficiency in his understanding of the Bible, and it had to do with the baptism of John. Now, I'm not going to go into what that might have been right now. The point is that we have someone who is committed to following the way, following Christ. He is propagating the message powerfully. He was obviously a gifted speaker and could be convincing as he talked about Christ, but there was something that wasn't just quite where it needed to be as far as his understanding of God is concerned. And I love how it is sort of addressed by Priscilla and Aquila. In the Bible, when a person is named first, they are often the most prominent or perhaps even the most important in a particular situation. And Priscilla is the wife of Aquila, and she's named first as someone who is going to help instruct Apollos in the way so that he understands God more accurately. But instead of sort of debating him right there in public in the synagogue, perhaps even attacking him for what he didn't know, I love how the Bible says they invited him to their home to explain to him the way of God more adequately. I love that image of people eating a meal and sharing hospitality, and they're having their understanding of God developed in such a positive way. And so Priscilla and Aquila have this kind of wonderful way of coming alongside someone and saying, hey, we love what you're doing. They were probably very affirming, but they were just saying, here is where you need to grow. Here's some things that you need to learn. How about we sit down and talk about that, and we'll help you become even better at knowing God and what you're doing as you spread his message. So there's some encouragement for those of us who are developing theologically. God bless you.